Hey, Hits and Goods family, we are here, end of day one of the Invitational. I have the pleasure to be with three very internationally known, very high-profile players. We have Mikel from Spain, we have Forestpond from Finland, and Datalink from US. And we want to use this opportunity to ask you about the new patch, which was released. And we start with Mikel. And let me hear your first impression, like the general impression.
I mean, they say that they were focusing on attachment, and they did. It was quite big for what we are used to expect from Simon and the patches. But overall, I think I like the patch. I think it's a good direction. Maybe not as much as it should be, in my opinion, but I like the way they are focusing with the attachment in this case.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. Same here. I think they also said they would focus on Boltons. Boltons were helped a bit, maybe. But attachment-wise, I think it was like, I'm wildly excited to try out all kinds of things I would never try otherwise. Like, I'm going to run 1 Obara in Martels.
Yes.
Like putting Edric Dane in places, and just that makes units that were not viable before viable now.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited. The last patch was a bit lackluster, and I was on a hiatus from the game. I thought, I'll come back, I'll check the patch notes, and I was like, I'm not coming back. This time, like with this LGT event and the new patch, I'm really excited to try out new stuff.
Awesome. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with the sentiment here that the patch largely is something to be excited about. That for years I've been saying that they ought to make attachments free or something along those lines, and everybody can customize their army based on their attachments. They didn't quite go that way, but they made several steps in that direction. So it's something that I've wanted, and so I'm excited about. Now, they could have probably touched some more of the attachments than they did to balance them better. But in terms of the free 4 points, I'm a big fan of trying that out at least.
It feels like they're almost free with 4 points.
Yes.
Some lists will have a really hard time spending all of
free,
that.
but it's not really free, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you are like when you are list building, you want to use that for points. Sometimes you are forced.
It forces you into certain directions sometimes.
But that's different. So it changes the dynamic that we had like 2 or 3 patches ago. So it's good for veterans and for new players, so they can play with more attachment and more units and
more diversity.
It shuffles the meta a lot. It's going to be great.
I'm really curious on what we will see come out on top and so on. Okay, can you name, because like that was your general impression, can you name like one specific change that you really find interesting or that you like? And we would start with you this time.
In terms of specifically what I like as a target player, that all the Blood Rider attachments are one.
No weekend anymore. No dirty.
Don't complain, please. Oh my God.
No, I'm not complaining.
No,
that's something I like.
Yeah.
Though I guess you could say that they haven't done anything to improve the target infantry and balance the faction internally, and so what you're going to end up potentially in is some list where you're not even going to use all your attachment points because you're not running enough cavalry. But it's not a big complaint, because obviously getting 1 Blood Rider attachments and your whole army cannot be weakened is not a terrible thing.
It's scary.
So I think that's potentially scary. Something else though I liked is based upon just some lists that I've been building. I think some Stark 9 action activation lists are going to be pretty nasty based upon, you get all those dog attachments for free now, but get those dogs in there very easily to all those lists. And I've got a few lists that I want to try out in Starks, which I haven't played Starks since 2023, even though I have owned them, and now I'm excited to play them again. So that's something that's fun.
Stark, list building with Starks is very interesting, I think.
Yes.
So what do you think?
So same thing with Starks. I like the fact that Krenogmen survivalists. And they ignore attachment restrictions, so you can get more interesting combos. I wish they would have more attachments that ignore the restrictions, like Edric Dane. Gives rerolls, which is something some Martel melee units really need. And then otherwise, I think Nymeria, that used to be 2 points, is now 1 point.
Wow.
And she's a really interesting attachment, so I'm happy to see her.
Yeah, and she was like never seen, right?
Yeah, I think she was good, but for 2 points, the opportunity cost was just massive.
So Mikel.
Okay, so for me, I mean, I was playing Rejoy.
Yeah, great choice.
Rejoy is the faction who had the best 1 point attachment in the game. So I was already playing with attachment, and I was paying them, please. Now, and Balon 6 points. Nobody said that. Hello, Balon. But yeah, I mean, I'm okay with Balon. Everybody, so much tears. We have an ocean of tears.
Let Balon die. Just stop using
he will not
Balon.
die, but it's a big nerf. People do not realize, but it's a big nerf.
Yeah, sure.
But I think factions like Lannister, which all those cool attachments will change. Martels, I think they are one of the best, and like with all the attachment and all the units they have. I think Ariojot at 1 point. You didn't say.
You need Doran NCU for that.
Oh.
Yeah, too bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think like Nightwatch also, I had a lot of friends who play Nightwatch and they were like, we are always playing the same. 7 point infantry, we don't have a 6 point infantry. Conscripts are really bad. Now with Joren and Nightwatch attachment are also really good.
Yes.
I like the game that now people will not feel the same list, or at least first few months or first few events, and it will be unique. And I like the uniqueness of building list and not copying something like it's working, so it works. I will copy that. So that's why I like the most about this whole rework.
Cool.
Agreed.
So, even though I think there's a lot of stuff that is interesting, will create new hype to the formats and to list building, obviously there's stuff you want to wish for the future and that maybe stayed untouched or whatever. And that's not a problem because we pretty much know that there will be, obviously, in September, October, August, whatever, be a mid-season patch. And maybe you have something that you have on your wish list for this. Could you name something?
So I think that there's a few areas that maybe they didn't really step enough or do enough. Let's talk about the neutral restriction for neutral commanders. So they removed neutral commanders from all factions, but they didn't really balance the neutrals at all. They didn't touch neutrals very much. So neutrals are still kind of not really a faction. In my opinion.
They have hashtag still not a faction.
Come on, I love you.
They have a fun deck, but they need some more love. I think just having their commanders be unique but without changing anything, I think wasn't enough. So hopefully they can be touched. And then Boltons actually were hurt the most by removing the neutral commanders. And so Boltons really didn't get enough help either, though it is nice to help that they did get help, but they should be touched some more as well.
In a sense, because everyone gets free attachments now, the Boltons already had free attachment, they lost a unique, so I'd say they were kind of hurt. Like
I mean, they got something during the patch, and we will, I think, have to see whether it's enough or not, but I could see where you come from. And also, I think it's nice that they open up the space for balancing neutral commanders, but we obviously all want to see how they do it now, right?
Yes, right.
So
just commander internal balance, I think, is the most important. Because maybe with the new attachments you get new combos, but there are some commanders that you only pick in very niche situations. As in, I want to run this as a fun commander. It's just strictly worse than most others. Especially in Martels, I feel like there's 3 commanders that are worth thinking about, and usually it's 2 that are worth thinking about.
Yeah, got it.
And for me, I think I will focus on game modes. I am so tired of playing like 2.5 years, 3 years, same game modes. I don't want new game modes. It's not necessary, but I want little tweaks.
Rebalance.
Like objectives on Fire and Blood, maybe
one objective in the middle of the board.
Maybe Here We Stand as well. Rework of Banners and Butchery, please.
I've still never played that game mode.
I played twice. I had enough.
We value the effort, but I think it just didn't make the cut.
I mean, we have a lot of ideas, but I think we are like stuck in the same game modes, and for me and in Spanish community, this is one of the biggest complaints. So like people who were enjoying the game just start playing the game because it's always same missions. You change factions, attachment and everything and so. But if you are always playing the same missions and you don't have any kind of flexibility with mission, because if you remember in 1.6, you could put the objectives. They were not fixed.
Yeah, I know.
You
what
could
mean.
put like
Yeah.
maybe
right.
6 inches from one course pile, and you couldn't move, and
Yeah.
you know that makes the game like fresh and alive. But I know what they did, because sometimes you could abuse that as well. But
Yeah.
But this is
something
awesome.
that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe also look back in the archive. I mean, there's a long history of game modes, right? Maybe there's something.
And the beta game modes that they have on the document
Yeah.
page, I don't know if they will release it, or something. I think that's the most important thing for me that should change alongside with, of course, internal balance and so on.
Great. On this note, did you see the new Epic game mode yet?
No.
Was it 200 points? How much was it?
It was 80. 80.
It's 80 points.
400 points, if I recall.
I don't know if I saw the new tactic boards, but I don't know if that was a troll image, because I have friends that passed me something crazy, and I didn't believe him. But I think it's 80 points, and I don't know anything else.
It's 80 points, and it's like every zone is pretty much copied. It's a major and a minor version of the zone.
Oh.
And I think it's really interesting. Also, if you want to play like 2v2, if you combine this with the 2v2 rules, could be very interesting. We will test this out with the Danes coming over soon, and having like a 2v2 tournament. But yeah, okay. Did you look at it? No.
I hadn't had a chance to look at it,
Okay.
no. But
Maybe it's something, yeah.
I've heard a little bit, and from what you're saying here, that sounds interesting, particularly as, maybe a 2v2 kind of format.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting.
And like having the major and minor zones is a very interesting
That's a very
choice. I
interesting
like it.
concept,
I am kind of interested in trying it now. At first I thought it was more for casual or like narrative games.
Yeah.
But now it sounds like, hey, that could be a very interesting tournament format.
Yeah, maybe at least give it one try, right?
Yeah, sure.
And then ask people how they feel.
Okay, to sum things up, we are at the end of day one of the Great Invitational.
Long day, very long
So
day.
please tell us, or tell the audience, like your favorite moment, if there was one, of this great day.
So I guess if we're talking about one game, or I would say that in the team tournament, which was actually yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
I guess we could include that. Maybe,
Yeah, sure.
Is I played against a Polish opponent, White Walker, and I probably had with him the most what I would feel is technical, high level game that I've ever played, probably in my career. It was both of us were both, I think, really into the movement. It was brotherhood versus brotherhood, so nobody died, of course.
What a game.
What a game!
Pacifists,
But it was very interesting, and that kind of just sticks out in my mind. He was a great opponent as well.
That's where it's such a great collection of players, right? Individual players, and it's so cool that we see this high technical level. Yeah, awesome.
So from like generally just like meeting everyone that have been like legends and names even before I joined the scene has been great. But like game-wise, I think my second to last game today, which was against Mark Bells, I hadn't met him before.
Yeah.
Like amazing guy.
Where's he from?
I think
Spain.
Spain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Spain.
Yeah. Like so friendly, happy, and also very technically. Like it was one of the most taxing games I've ever played. It was very close, and there were a few moments where I did something that he didn't expect. And he went, "Oh, that's very clever." And I felt so good that he walked into my trap. And then he responded with a trap of his own. I was like, "Oh, I didn't think of that." It happened like 2 or 3 times during the game. It was a back and forth. It was a tough one.
Sounds very cool.
Yeah, about the event that day one, I like the food. I think the food was really
Food,
good.
yes.
I mean, not very healthy, but it was.
I like your
tasty,
attitude.
Food was really
Didn't
good.
expect this answer.
Yeah, food, because I really need energy.
It's an important piece of
it's
tournament.
part-
Yeah.
Because we are rushing between rounds, and if you have 1 hour or a little bit more time to just rest and eat and talk about how are you doing, and I think that's one of the best part of the just talk with how was your game, how oh my god, I rolled 6 ones on charge, and
Oh, he made a charge on 6.
yeah,
Oh.
and I got 11 hits with crit blows. I like
all the
that.
stories,
I
yeah,
like
yeah.
the stories and the chat talk, the cheat talking. And for me, I think the game against Sophie. I played against Sophie
Yeah. She told me.
with Targaryen, and she was unexpecting me playing Vargo. I play Vargo with Greyjoys, Now this is the last time I can enjoy it.
Yes. Farewell.
That wins I was, and I was behind all the game, and I have to risk some charges on 3+. You know, 3+ charge.
Yeah.
Do not try at home.
Risky.
Risky, very risky, and I made those two charges, and I was lucky, and I could just come back. But yeah, the game was super fun, super fast. We play really fast, and I enjoy when you play clear, fast, and you mark and you tell everything. So
Yeah,
I'm in
declare.
knowledge of this one, so no problems, no
Discussion.
moving randomly. You know, that's what I lost the most when I play in real life. I mean, TTS is OP for that, but yeah, we are here now, so that's why.
Great. Thank you for your impressions. Thank you for your time. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
And yeah, until next time.
What about you? You didn't say anything.
Sure. I was the interviewer, but I had a great day too. So it's all good. And for me, it was like, yeah, I lost my first game, and then I had to really keep my composure. And
It's hard. It's super hard to do that because you come back with high expectation and then you lost the first of the game.
and I had to win all 3 games. I knew that, and some circumstances had to come together, and that went through. And on this way, I met so many great people. And also yesterday, the team tournament, we played, and yeah, so lovely time. Again, thank you so much. And until we see, roll those crits.